Welcome back to Tara's Traveling Paints. This is Tara. I'm scooting my way over. It's a very tight studio. Here I come. Hi. I hope you're doing well. I hope I have the camera right. Maybe I gotta do some research about these apples. I don't know. But I'm really excited today. Okay. So I went to Home Depot and I bought some tiles because I want to start making trivets and coasters. So, and I love working with tile. So I'm really excited about it. I'm super excited about it. I am in the process of signing up for my very first craft fair right here in Rochester, New Hampshire, October 14th at the American Legion. I'm super excited about that. Just waiting for my bank to transfer my money to my PayPal so I can pay the fee. I'm stoked. They also, I got in touch with the American Legion. They're also having their own craft fair in November, in the third Saturday of November. And so they're going to send me over the application and all the information for that. And I'm going to sign up for that. Those are indoor fairs. So that's exciting because I don't have to buy a tent right away. And even the first craft fair, like the table's provided, electricity's provided, and it's indoors. So I'm really excited about that. I've just got to get some things ready because it'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to do a raffle too. Any of you have any hints, tips, tricks on how to do a raffle successfully? I'm thinking making like a gift basket with like a tin, a trivet, a set of coasters, and maybe a painting or something like that, and doing a raffle and hoping that that goes over really well. Just I want to get some stuff into people's hands. So I'm really excited. I also got a bonus from my job for passing my propane test, and I tell you what I don't like doing is propane. I don't like filling propane. I'm pretty good with a propane torch, but I'm filling people's propane tanks. I did 2 tanks yesterday that were forklift tanks. Oh no, I was absolutely like panicked. So it's imperative that I increase my income so that I don't have to do the propane anymore. Like, I don't like it. Or like my job, it's actually kind of cool because it's not a super physical job, but it's a more physical than things I'm used to. And so I'm kind of getting fit. I feel like I'm losing a little weight. I feel like my belly's down a little bit. You can't see because I have my camera angled all funny, but I'm excited about that. So, okay. So what I'm going to be working with here today, I probably will do all of these. Not all in one video, I don't think. But this is a 6x6 tile. This will become a trivet, okay? Now, somebody at Home Depot asked me, well, what is a trivet? And I'm like, well, you put, a hot pot down on it or something, or you put it in the middle of the oven so you can lean your spoon on it, or, that's a trivet. I was surprised that they didn't know what a trivet was. I have to determine what I'm going to use for feet on the trivet because I don't want to just laying flat, but that is for the future. That is not right now. So what I'm working with is the first one I want to do is going to be pretty seasonal, and just because I'm using a purple, because it's just before a major holiday. I don't even... And I just found a clump. Good thing I did that. Where was that clump? Well, we'll have to find it. So I'm doing purple. I'm doing orange. Kind of like a creamsicle orange, really. And black background, along with some gold. So, first things first, I'm trying to decide what technique I'm going to use on this first one. Of course I am. What else is new? So silly. I need to have my fire over here and some paper towels ready to rock. And then I'm going to do some I'm gonna do, so I have 6 trivet tiles. So I think I'm gonna do one with the orange, purple, and black. Then I'm gonna do some fall colors, so orange and deep red and some gold or yellow, and go from there with that. And maybe do 2 of those and then move into Christmassy colors. I don't know if I'm going to do it all today, but I know I'm going to do a couple in front of you. I'm thinking that my first set of coasters should be in the purple and orange category, just for fun. Okay, so that's that. So I got a bonus. I went to Home Depot, picked up some tiles, was freaked out happy about that. I got me a heat gun. This makes me happy, especially for epoxy. Okay, so I epoxied my mother's birthday present and another really cool looking tile. And how I did it, I know I didn't make a video about it. I will start making videos doing the epoxy. It's just that I feel like I'm kind of under pressure when I'm doing them, so I don't know how great the videos would be. Maybe I just do silent ones. But I know people want to hear about it. So instead of like taping them off like I did last time, and pouring it on and popping the bubbles, this time I took a half a cup and made a half a cup of epoxy, and I poured half a cup, a quarter of the cup, onto one piece, rubbed it in with my gloved hands, picked it up, went around the corners, and then put it back down and did the heat gun. Then I finished it off with my torch. And I did that for both of them. It was exactly the right amount, and there is no air bubbles. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm super stoked about that. So that makes me happy. What else makes me happy? So I picked up some more Floetrol because, of course, I'm always running low. I'm still trying to decide how I want to do this piece. And I'm thinking it's small. It's small, so yeah, I don't know. I think I'll do a ring pour. I think that'll be the best way, and it'll look kind of funky. Yeah, I think I'll do a ring pour. Let's see if I've got any more of this black in here. I've had it upside down. I don't want to waste any of it. So I think I got it all. Sweet. I might go ahead and put a little Floetrol in here and see if I can pull some more out of it, because as you can see, you don't see through it. Just for fun, just to see if I can get that done. So I'm going to be using a black puddle and then making a stacking cup for the rest. So let me go ahead, get you over here so you can take a look at what I'm working with. Hope everybody's having a fabulous day. I hope you're super excited about today and that life is treating you good. I do want to say something quick. Before, let me come back and see your face before. I do want to say something really important, especially if you're out there in Maui. Do not give in. Do not give in. Okay? I ask everyone pray for those people that they regain their homes, that they rebuild themselves, they don't get scammy loans to do so. Let's pray for them to do this. May there be philanthropists that are actually good people. Most philanthropists probably are, but when I think of philanthropy right now, I think of some pretty shady characters. May there be really powerful philanthropists that can organize and get together money for these people to rebuild, so they don't take out low interest loans where they end up getting defaulted on anyway. We don't want them having to go to BlackRock. We don't want any of that. So I pray that you pray for them, that the way is made and that we can do whatever we can. I have not researched very many like different donation places or GoFundMe's, but I ask you to do that and look for it. And I just watched a very brief clip of a video where the police have been ordered to dismantle or shut down citizen charity events, and I find that just appalling. It's so obvious what's going on, and if you don't see it, it's time. If 2020 didn't wake you up, this should. Go look into it, and those people need their place, and it's theirs, and I want them to have it. So, you know, I would say, oh, I'd raise money. I don't want to organize money right now because I got my own things going on. However, I do want to encourage you to go out there and research about it and find places to do such things. And if you know someone that's got money, talk to them. I mean, if you could just find one family and give them enough money to start, it's just crazy what's going on. So, with that being said, I also, oh my gosh, I have more news. I'll talk to you about that news when we're looking at the paint. So you're not sitting here watching a video of me for 20 minutes before I even get to painting. Goodness gracious. All right, I'll be right back. That was fast, wasn't it? Anyway, I think that's a good view. Let me see. Yep, you can see what I'm going to be doing. So let's hope I got this right. So the other good news, that is good news, as some of you may have either picked up what I've been putting down or understood that Wayne and I were just recently having a bit of a financial crisis. It was about to get really bad. I've always been, I'm not a prepper, but I always, when I see a deal on something, I get extra and I put it up. You know, I've got a decent pantry. I could not starve to death probably for 3 months. Or we could. But what was going on was we ran late on rent because it's just mind-boggling how much more expensive it is here. So, it was getting ugly to the point where we were paying in about $1,000 a week just to get caught up. And I saw writing on the wall that if this continued to go on like that, we weren't going to get ahead, and we were going to be paying $21.50 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. That is way too much money, especially in the city I live in. I have no disrespect for Rochester. I think it's a beautiful place, but there's a severe drug problem, and so it's dangerous to live here. It's, I think, the worst city. It's ranked as one of the highest, most dangerous cities in the country, which is crazy. And it's at least number 2 in the state. So how are we ever going to find a place in the country? How are we ever going to, get other bills paid? How are we going to eat? Because we started eating off our supplies instead of, buying food. And I see the writing on the wall for a lot of different things. So I'm like, And then it was last Friday, because a week ago today. I do some discovery about what's it going to cost to get the Jeep. You know my beautiful Jeep, my Betsy Ruby. Beautiful Jeep. Rubicon that Wayne bought. Basically for me. 2 years ago. For crazy money because it was... it was that time of year, that time in our recent history where people just take advantage. Got that, and we paid way too much for it. There was no negotiating. I'm stacking the purple to the gold to the orange. So recently we discovered that it's very possible that the brakes in the back, the rear calipers, absolutely, since we've had it for 2 years, never compressed. And they are seized. And so it's a warranty issue because we did spend the big money on the extra warranty. That was very upsetting because the warranty, nobody around here will honor it. So that means we'd have to drive with no brakes, basically, an hour away to another state to get them to fix it. I called around local dealerships here, and they won't touch that warranty company. So we really got our heads taken off of it. And I understand it happens. Doesn't mean it's got to continue to happen. But it happens. So, oh, I missed a gold. That's okay. So what I did is I found out everything that needed to be fixed with the Jeep because it needs to be registered and insured and inspected by November. Now here we are, in the middle of August. I know that we're going to keep having to pay $1,000 a week. We're literally never going to catch up. It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to panic. We're never going to have this. And it comes to, at the low end, $3,500 to fix everything on the Jeep. It needs 4 new tires. It needs the rear brakes, at least the rear calipers. It needs now, because I've been running on the front discs, calipers and pads on the front. It had a major oil coolant leak, and it's borderline in need of, the frame is good, but it's still, there was something else that was really, wheel casings or something. The whole thing came to about $3,500. So I said, let me see here. Let me see here. What am I going to do? So I started doing a little research. So what I researched and what I found was quite amazing. Sorry, I had to concentrate there for a minute, guys. I looked up, are there any Jeeps in the state of New Hampshire that are 5-speeds? Because we are diehard stick shift people. You know? What I found was one in the entire state, and it's in the city I live in. I needed one to be slightly older, slightly higher mileage. And I put on my negotiating shoes. And I went down to the dealership. And Wayne didn't even know. I didn't even tell him where I was. I walked in the door with my beautiful Jeep Rubicon 4-door Unlimited with all the bells and whistles. And I said, this is what I'm looking for. I want to drive away in that Jeep right there, which is a 2-door orange Sport. It's adorable. I want $20,000 for my trade-in. We paid $37,000, or Wayne paid $37,000, and I want to walk out of here with a $4,000 check. Well, facts are, I did Kelly Blue Book it. I did book out my Jeep on a trade-in a good condition. Meaning it doesn't have all the things it does have. I could maybe get $18,500 for it. That's just the nature of the beast. Cars are not assets until something like this happens. Let's go this way now. So I got to negotiating, and what I ended up with is a 2012 Jeep with, I think, 5,000 more miles on it than my Rubicon. And the Rubicon was 2014. No recalls on it. It's certainly not perfect, but it's beautiful. Stick shift, 6-cylinder, the 3.7 liter, which it's very sporty. Roll up windows, a whole 9 yards. Like I'm like I don't need it. If I have 2 doors, I can roll it up myself, roll them down myself. I'll be alright. And so I got 18.5 for the Jeep. So they definitely went above and beyond what the Jeep should have been booked out at. The one that we originally had. That's going to be a pretty trivet. I think I should play with it though. But let me keep talking. Let me keep telling you the stories about it. Because we got black in there. I want to see some of that black come back up. So we walked out of there. Wayne got home and I said, hey, I did something today and I need you, it's a serious conversation. I need you not to be freaked out and I need you to know whatever you decide on this is fine. Whatever direction you want to go. And I told him about how much money it was going to cost to fix the Jeep. He had thought about $5,000. And this is interesting. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to give you updates. At the same time, I'm painting. So I told him that, and I said, so I don't see a way out of it. I don't know how, I mean, we're literally going to drive the Jeep into the ground and we're not going to get anything for it. And I'm not going to have a vehicle. And our rent's still going to be late. We're still going to be paying $1,000 a week and not having the bills paid. And I'm like, so that's reality. He's like, I know. And I said, so this is what I did. I have a solution, and you don't have to like it. You don't have to think it's awesome. And you don't have to say yes. And I told him what I did, and he was like, oh, shit. I think he, deep down inside, was super happy. I know later, like, he bragged about how did I come up with this? And, like, he was like, baby, I couldn't even think. He was so stressed out. So what the final deal was, I walked away with a Jeep, slightly older, in far better condition though, as far as engine work. Also better tires, which I'm really excited about. They're Firestones instead of the Yokomas that we had. Firestones are definitely superior to that. This is kind of cool. I still feel like I need to do something more. I don't know if that's going to do a darn thing. Maybe. $2,400 check on a new vehicle. We paid our past due rent, so August was paid in full as of 2 days ago. Late fees included, because my landlord charges $10 a day for late fees. If you're wondering, how is that happening? You guys didn't rent an apartment for that much money, did you? No. He just has unscrupulous late fees. That is absolutely crazy. And one day I'll get to be a landlord and understand more, but that's just nuts. I should have totally renegotiated that at signing. Because in my personal opinion, it should be something more like $15 late. Oh shoot, I didn't want to use that one. If you're 15 days older, it's a $15 charge. And if you don't pay by the 15th, then you get a 3-day notice. And you better start buckling down because it's going, it's going to happen. Borrow the money, whatever, But $10 a day, that's extortion. That's like, oh, I see you in the gutter, and why don't I kick you in the face while you're in there and make it impossible for you to get out? So we got the rent paid up, and now we're going for it. He's going to continue to pay $1,000 a week until we are so far ahead that we don't have to think. So it definitely helped, and I'm really happy that it came up. That it was like divine. It was like God was speaking to me. He was like, go to the dealership. Go. So that's the good news, guys. We are up to date and ahead because I just mailed out $1,000 towards September's rent. That means I'm going to actually be able to go see my mom on her birthday. I might even be able to pull off, a Rutledge or Stella visit before then. It's very imperative that we stay on top of things. And it was really scary there for a minute. Very stressful. Wayne was losing his mind. It's not fun to see him so stressed out. All right. I'm going to spin her again. Didn't mean to touch that, right? But I did. This is just a complicated piece of, I should have probably shut up and gone ahead and done a full update with you before I started, but that's all right. still gonna be pretty. Eclectic indeed. That was a good stretch. That was definitely a nice stretch. This is pretty. Now I'm covered in paint. Oh! The baby's got me a shirt to get wet with my paintings. So, basically we were just lucky that we don't have car payments and whatnot, and that I had the idea that it came to me like divine inspired idea. And that makes me happy that I was able to come up with some sort of solution that was actually going to work for us. And because my job is very low pay, so now I have more opportunity. I could go further away if I had to. I really don't want to because I can't drive at night, and it's about to be night by 5 o'clock here soon. I almost want to get back into car sales. Crazy as it may sound, I did enjoy that job a lot. Like a lot. I loved it, but I don't love those hours anymore. Not a fan of those giant hours. Sarah didn't think ahead. Of course she didn't. Of course not. That's all right. I'm going to move this over. We're going to do one more with this color palette, but I'm going to do something different. And when I bring you in for that, you're really going to like it, I think. It was a little tough, but slow going. So now I'm going to do a small grenade. And I have prepped this tile with alcohol, rubbing alcohol 91. Maybe we'll do a couple of grenades. Yeah. Or maybe just one larger grenade. Let's see. Or maybe just a flip cup and not a grenade. Yeah. That's what we'll do. Small Dixie. I have my curtains tied in balls along the window, and it keeps looking like somebody's standing there looking at me. I'm like, what? So, let's start with the gold. I think I'll put black next to the gold because it'll give you that weird green. That's always fun. The orange. Sorry if you can't see me. I don't want to pick these cups up. I want to do kind of like a messy layer. And I'm trying to think, what do I want for a base? Do I want to use that orange or the purple or the black? Golly, I don't know. Well, let me flip this right on there and make a decision about it. I think I'm going to go with the orange. So just get some orange on here. That should be plenty of orange. Gonna let it sit a second. Oh, that other tile already is pretty. Oh man, I'm so excited about it. So excited. So it's nice to have the wherewithal. Before I really lost my mind and wasn't able to think at all. To help us really get out of that craziness that it would have become. I mean, we still don't have money for emergencies and whatnot, but at least we have a roof over our head. We do have change of all our registrations and whatnot, but that's okay. We can handle that. Because what was left over from the 24 goes right to that. You ready? Oh, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be stupid nice. Uh-huh. Oh, goodness. Oh, a happy day. That's insanity. All right. Oh man. I really don't want to go that way, but I need to move that paint over the side. All right. Whoa. That's really pretty. I'm like finding that delicious. Poor mailman's out there in this rain. All right. Let me see. That's really nice. I am happy about that. Yeah. I wish I didn't lose those cute boulders over there, but we'll see how she dries. I think it's pretty so far. Then I'm gonna mix up some more colors and come on back at you and do a few more. Let me go ahead and get you in for a closer look. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I tell you what, pray for Maui, please. And let's do what we can to help the people, because it's their place. It's not BlackRock's.